Okay, earlier yesterday, my girlfriend, before I got to work, calls me. She says, "Hey, I've got this bird that's following me." And I said, "What?" I said, "No way." All right, well, long story short, there was a bird following her. This is him. We haven't named him yet, but he's chill. He's really chill. Like, what the hell? I'm gonna put him down. There you go, bud. He actually, last time I did this, crawled all the way up my arm. That's great show. Come here, bud. Come here. I'm gonna push you off. Come on. Dang, he doesn't want to get off the shit. Oh, there he goes. There he goes. There he goes. Yay. Alright, so this is he. He's really not aggressive. He's just a baby. He's just a baby. He yesterday started preening his fucking feathers when I did that. Started petting him. He just got out of the pond. It's getting later. It's getting cooler. Come on, bud. We're gonna teach this thing. So here's the pond. He has been catching all my fish. Yeah. It doesn't matter. We're gonna repopulate. But I have like my bluefin killifish, and I've got my black-nosed dace in here. Those things I don't want to lose, but it's not a big deal. I can get more. They are fairly common. Not as common as some of the other minnows, but they are common. He's chill as fuck. Like, he walked up to my girlfriend. He was probably really hungry. I think that's partially why he opens his mouth when I walk past him. I don't believe it's completely defensive. I mean, really, I can put my hand right next to him and pet him. I've been feeding him fish. He's just a baby. Look, he's gonna start preening while I'm petting him. Like, what the hell? Hi. I'm not comfortable with him going near my face. I don't care how tame he seems. He still has a spear. He got to ride home in that big old 10-gallon bucket. Maybe it's, I don't know. Something maybe it's bigger than that. It had trees in it. A tree. So I brought him home. Let him sleep all night. He did really well. I have two big dogs. Like, big dogs. He slept all night. Oh, yeah, you need to dry off before it gets dark. There's been no sun today. He slept all night in the bucket. I had a towel over the top just to keep him from trying to jump out, that kind of thing. Well, making sounds now. Coughing sounds. So he slept all night really well. I was able to look in on him. I was able to touch him while he was sleeping, and he really didn't stir. He did stir when I took him from the back bedroom out to here, because I kept him on my patio behind the lattice. So if he did come out, he would be able to look around. He'd have a clear view, and just be able to figure out what he wants to do. And he did exactly what I thought would happen. Well, I questioned him jumping on the sump and then doing that, but came down the steps, top. Actually stood here for a long time, right next to this little, it's a cedar bonsai I'm trying to make. He sat here for a long time, just kind of looking at the pond. And then he hopped his way down. I'll show you here. Hey, bud. I got nothing right now. I'm sorry. You see, he's curious. He's really curious. Anyway, so if you look here, his feet. I think this is his problem. His feet are a little messed up. He still swam okay in my pond, but keep in mind, this is small. I mean, I shouldn't say swam okay. He swam extremely well for how small it is. But I don't know if he would manage that well in the wild, because everything can run. There's no barriers in the wild. Look, he's gonna put his wings out. I mean, it's really cool. And he walked around following my girlfriend yesterday. That was what was amazing. I didn't see it, but she was on the phone with me telling me about it. And just wild. So he's trying to get dry right before it gets dark. I might actually take him in my reptile room. It'd just be easier than leaving him out here with the doggies. He's chill. It's so crazy. I mean, when you walk up on him at first, he does open his mouth. Or when you're walking up to him from a distance. When I'm out here like this, he generally is pretty chill. I don't even fucking know. So fucking nuts. Yeah, it definitely raises eyebrows, having this type of shit in the fucking yard. Yeah. It's wild. Wild as shit. Get a view from back here. Behind everything. And that's so cool. You hear my dog's not happy now. Oh yeah, they're ready. Yeah, so not a big deal if he eats all my fish. I'm not gonna cry. I won't like it. He can have most of them, but I you know, I've got the lyre-tail sailfin molly, so, and they're ones I bred with the platinum or silver sailfin, so they're native color. They've got a nice white shine on the side. That's what I want to populate the pond with, and so that'll be next. Here, let me flip the camera sideways. Yeah, it's a much better view. I mean, it's so fucking cool that he'll do this. Try to keep him in view while also touching him. I mean, this thing's past 24 hours. I've tried to bond with him. And I guess it's slightly working. A lot of this is his instinct. A lot of, I think the other half of it is he needed help. I think that following my girlfriend, he was starving for water. He did go swimming in a chlorine pool directly next to the St. Johns River, which is just not normal in itself. But you can see his feet. His left or right foot is definitely somewhat broken. I'm not positive on his age. I believe he's fairly young. And hopefully, I mean, with his diving skills, we'll just be able to let him go. Or he'll leave one day. Just fly away. But we'll see. We will see what happens. So this is one of the coolest things I think I've ever been involved with. Hella curious. He really is. Wow. I mean, this is just... I don't see this shit. I wonder if he'll let me walk past it without stopping. Oh yeah. Good boy. Yep. I mean, he's got free room. We did close the gates. One thing I put a brick in front of, but other than that, I mean, there's nothing really keeping him in this yard. The fence is there. Like I said, he's got food. There's a second one of these small ponds in my backyard that has other fish. There's a small pond next to my back patio, which I guarantee he can just stick his head in the water like an egret and eat that way, because I watched him do it in the front here in the beginning. And I wish I started recording all of the beginning and him seeing everything and the yard, but I didn't. Yeah. Pretty crazy. I don't recommend going and catching wildlife, but some scenarios, I mean, you got one of these out there that you're able to catch and it's got fishing line around its beak. You know, that's one thing. But the reality is that snake-like neck is a spear. It is designed to spear. These birds will protect themselves if they feel threatened. And that means they will spear you with that bill. You see the bottom, how it's curved? I mean, that, yeah, you don't want to be hit with that thing. But this is, I don't even think I mentioned it, that this is a water Anhinga. Anhinga, it's A-N-H, I think. Yeah, Anhinga. Anyway, losing my train of thought. It's so neat. So neat. I may run and get some bait for this guy. May not. He was doing that yesterday when I had him in the container, open his mouth like that. So we sprayed him with water, misted. Put it on mist, it was really high. Spray the air and he started dripping off of him. He started what appeared to be drinking it. Did not want to drink, he didn't seem to drink the pool water. But as soon as he jumped in my pond, okay, I take that back. Before he jumped in my pond, he stuck his head in there. You could tell he was drinking, but then he stuck his head under the water and was all looking around, trying to catch the fish like that. And he finally jumped in. I was like, yay! Honestly, he swims in that too well. I thought it was going to be too small for him to move around in, and he can whip around like it's a full-size pond. Like he turns. He's not very quick, but I think the pond actually helps him because of this foot that's kind of messed up. I don't know if his foot hurts, but he definitely has issues perching with it. Like on my arm, he slips a lot. Obviously, he's not accustomed to that as well, and that's part of it, but I think a majority of it's his foot. I will have to go catch him fish. I've got a crap ton of frozen fish in there. So we may try to get him eating some strips for a little while. He doesn't recognize food being handed to him. But if I can catch some fish, toss them down, get him eating the scraps, then I might be able to get him eating fish we toss down. I might be able to get him to eating some scraps too, off the ground. Which would be really cool, just like the birds at the fucking wharf or anywhere else. Hard to hold it that way. I'll try to remember to give an update. I mean, if he just vanishes one day out of the yard, it's a good place to kind of forget to update whatever about whatever. I'm going to keep that very broad because the animals in general. I also haven't started organizing anything to have categories together with similar animals or the same animals, stuff like that. I haven't started all that, so hopefully I'll update about this guy. It's about the storm, and I'm probably gonna take this dude inside so I can let my dogs out. He's like, what? You take me back inside? Yeah, I put him in my reptile room. He can sit in the bucket. It actually has a lot of space in there, which is cool. He can jump to the rim of it, and it doesn't tip, which is a good thing, I guess. I would like to give him a new towel. One I guess it wasn't in with him. It was only over the top, but I'm gonna make sure everything's dry. When I take him in, like all this, is damp. You see the water. I don't want that shit out of there. You can see that startles him. The bucket a little bit. Being over him. You're not used to some of this. Let's see. Oh, yep. You can hear the doggies now. They're inside. I'm just gonna do this instead of getting the actual hose out. Yeah, I'm picking bird shit. Guess what? I'm gonna use my foot. Sorry, you guys get to watch all that shit too. While he's still right here maintaining. So he does stink. It is not much different from like chickens. These are water chicken, right? With bigger wings. Some shit. Alright. It is about to rain. Poor little guy's not gonna like me cutting him off his drying process out here. I do wish that it was a little different. When dogs are not happy, they gotta come out. And he needs a dry container if I'm gonna put him in it while he's inside, so there's shit on my floor. Yeah. Pretty crazy. Honestly. Oh my gosh, Radar is not happy. I have to let him out of the kennel. Honestly, got a whole patio. I used to have a chicken that would sit up here. So, hopefully he'll do well. This will also, for a little while, until he goes off and catches bigger fish. Does his thing with his own kind. Hope you found this just as interesting as me. And that's what he's gonna say for the end of the night. Yeah. Step up. Step up, bud. Come on. Yes, yes. Come on. Like I said, it's balancing. He's not too good at yet. And he just comes closer and closer. He did this yesterday. I can add that video on the end of this. Alright. Later, guys.
Are you afraid?
A little. If he spears me, it'll hurt.
Aww.
I have a friend. It's pretty cool.
I thought he was my friend.
Where'd you go, buddy? Go that way.
Try and give him the shrimp when he does that. He likes your arm.